10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yeah. Get high, rapper. Man hour. You already know. It's live. It's raw. It's going down. Like this. I'm going around and letting everybody know that they welcome to the show. It's the latest thing you ever seen, you already know. Let me introduce you to your host of the hour. It be Mike and Mike. Yeah, it's the man hour. Got the hottest plays, all the breaking news. Every rumor, every trade, every breaking bruise. Tighten up the screws. Yeah, it's going down. Heavy saying what the fuck and never watered down. It's going down. I'll be rolling up. And if you buy it or you sell it, then you made the cut. Watch me flip it back. I can double up. I got sriracha for that ass, I'ma burn it up. Gotta check the rules, but know that it be fair and foul. Rep blow the whistle, coach throw the towel. We can do this on the field or outside the lines. It's the man hour though, now we going live.
And what is up, everybody? Michael Buckheiser here with the live, raw, uncut sports talk. Mike and Mike Man Hour, flying solo today. Michael and I had some family stuff to take care of, so I am manning the ship for the next hour. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody to the show. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Thank you, Tara, for the follow. Thank you, Brandy, for the follow as well. Dre as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are watching us over on the YouTube channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And we're doing a giveaway, I should say, right now. So once it comes up on the screen, push hashtag ManHour. You are entered to give in that giveaway. Week 2 of the NFL season is well underway. One more game left tonight. We have the Raiders versus the Saints. We'll be picking that game later in the show here. But let's go ahead and recap the wild weekend of the NFL season so far. Obviously, the Thursday night game, we had the Browns taking on the Bengals. The Browns came on top 35-30. Joe Burrow, 61 pass attempts on Thursday night. Did you know that was more than Jimmy Garoppolo had the whole entire postseason last year? So Joe Burrow doing good things over there. He was 37 for 61, 316 yards, 3 touchdowns. Nick Chubb, 22 carries on 124 yards, carrying 2 touchdowns. And Odell Beckham Jr. finally showed up a little bit. 4 receptions, 34 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Bears versus the Giants. The Bears did come out on top of the Giants, 17-13, moving the Bears to 2-0. The Giants to 0-2 on the season. However, the Giants not only did they lose, they lost Saquon Barkley for the year. It has been confirmed he does have a torn ACL moving forward. Daniel Jones with 25 for 40, 241 yards, 1 interception. David Montgomery for Chicago, 16 carries, 82 yards rushing. Now, probably the game of the day, the Dallas Cowboys take on the Atlanta Falcons. The Cowboys came up on top, moving it 1-1 on the season, 40-39. We'll get into that more once the show progress here. But Falcons gave up a 20-point lead. I believe they're up 20-0 at some point in that game, within the first quarter of that game. They squandered that lead away very, very quickly. Dak Prescott, 34 for 47, 450 yards, 1 touchdown. Zeke, 22 carries, 89 yards rushing with 1 touchdown. Calvin Ridley, my man on the fantasy league there, 7 receptions, 109 yards receiving, also had a touchdown as well. Next game up, we did have the Packers versus the Lions. Packers improved to 2-0, beating the Lions 42-21. The Lions are now 0-2 on the season. The 10 wins that I had them pick is starting to be more and more far-fetched now, but we'll definitely see what happens there. Matt Stafford did go for 20 for 33, 244 yards passing, 2 touchdowns as well. Aaron Jones led the way in rushing, 18 carries, 168 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, 4 receptions, 68 yards, 1 touchdown, but I believe he is injured. Not injured, but he did lead the way receiving as well. Next up, the Titans beat the Jaguars, outlasted the Jaguars, we should say, to prove them 2-0 on the season. Moving the Jags to 1-1 on the season. Titans beat the Jags 33-30. Gardner Minshew, mustache man himself, went for 30 for 45, 339 yards passing with 3 touchdowns. James Robertson, Jacksonville running back, had 16 carries, 102 yards rushing with the touchdown. Next up, I did pick this win for those of you that doubt my picks here. You guys should be getting on this train by now. Indianapolis Colts improved to 1-0, beating the Vikings 28-11, moving the Vikings to 0-2 on the season. Phillip Rivers, 19 for 25, 214 yards, 1 touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, running back for the Indianapolis Colts, 26 carries, 101 yards as well. Fun fact there, did you guys know that Phillip Rivers and Jonathan Taylor went to the same college? However, Phillip Rivers started college there at North Carolina State when Jonathan Taylor was just 2 years old. Pretty crazy fact there. Next up, we had the Buffalo Bills improved to 2-0 on the season, beating the 0-2 Miami Dolphins, now 31-28. Josh Allen went off 24 for 35, 417 yards with 4 touchdowns. Wow. 49ers improved to 1-1 on the season by beating the Jets 31-13. However, riddled with injuries. Bosa's out for the year with a torn ACL. Jimmy G's out with a shoulder injury. Mozart, I believe he has an ankle injury as well. He's out for a few weeks, and they also lost a receiver in that game as well. I forgot who the receiver's name was, but riddled with injuries. The Rams beat the Eagles 37-19, moving into 2-0 on the season. Jared Goff, 20 for 27, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns. Steelers beat the Broncos 26-21. Bucks, first win of the season for Tom Brady, 31-17 over the Panthers. Carolina Panthers improved to 2-0 on the season with the win over the Washington football team 30-15. And Kansas City Chiefs beat the Chargers in overtime 23-20. Next up, we had the Ravens beating the Texans 33-16, moving them to 2-0 on the season. And the Seahawks moved to 2-0 on the season with the win over the Patriots last night, 35-30. So that is the scores and a little bit of stats from last night. Thank you for the light, guys. We definitely appreciate it. Tiffany, we see you there. Thank you for everything that you are doing over there on the YouTube channel. With that being said, guys, we have to address the elephant that is in the room today. Like, I mean, obviously there has been major injuries this year. We've had several ACLs, several Achilles injuries, shoulders injuries, and whatnot. Does this all chalk up to not having a preseason, a OTAs, and whatnot? It's starting to make me wonder a little bit. I mean, is this the karma's type of way saying, hey, guys, we need OTAs, we need preseason games, we need this, and this? Because me as a fan, I don't like preseason whatsoever. I hate watching the games. I mean, I watch the first quarter, usually the first drive, maybe the first quarter, first half tops if I'm bored. But I hate watching the preseason games. I'm going to be flat out honest. But it's looking to me like we need them. We need time for the athletes to acclimate to game time conditions. We need time for the athletes to, or even the backups to get ready. Like at this point, it is absolutely crazy to me that there's so many injuries happening over and week in and week out, and just not like sprained ankles or a broken bone or what. These are like major injuries: ACLs, MCLs, ankles, shoulders. I mean, it is crazy. I had a list here, but some of the notable injuries from this week was Christian McCaffrey. He's going to miss several weeks with the high ankle sprain. I do believe Saquon Barkley's out for the season with ACL. Nick Bosa's out for the year for the ACL. Who else is out with ACL? Jimmy G has an AC joint, which is a shoulder. They're piling up quick, and it makes me wonder, like, what is really going on? Is it the fact that we're just out of shape, or is this the fact that football is a dangerous sport? I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But it is crazy to me that these injuries are piling up really, really, really quick here. But we're going to take a quick little break. Let me catch my breath a little bit here. And on the other side of the break, we are going to ask the question, who is the best 2-0 team? Sorry, who's the best 0-2 team, and who is the worst 2-0 team? Much more, guys, on the Mike Man Hour. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Mike and Mike Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckasher here, flying solo dolo for you people today. Hope everybody's had a great weekend, enjoyed week 2 of the NFL season. I know I did. I was sitting on the edge of my pants with the Kansas City Chiefs there. Man, they're an absolutely enjoy to watch. Even when they're at their worst, they're still at the best of most teams here. But let's get into the elephant of the room here and address probably arguably the best comeback ever in a regular season game. The Dallas Cowboys come back from 20-0 to beat the Atlanta Falcons 40-39 to cap off an epic comeback. The Cowboys get the first win of the season, and the Atlanta Falcons fall to 0-2 here. So, with that being said, I posted a poll question over there on our YouTube channel, and I asked, did the Cowboys win this game or the Atlanta Falcons lose this game? And overwhelmingly, people are saying that the Atlanta Falcons lost this game. Why? I agree with the people over there. 80% of you over on the YouTube channel said that Atlanta Falcons lost this game. Why? I'm going to tell you why they lost the game. For one, you're an NFL team playing the Dallas Cowboys in their home. You don't let up the gas. You're up 20-0. Put the nail in the coffin. Put it up 28-0, 35-0. There should have been no reason whatsoever you guys are not continue to what you're doing, in that game. The wheels literally fell off the bus for the Atlanta Falcons again. I mean, it is absolutely crazy that they, that they do this. You know, it seems like year in and year out, like almost for the last 3 or 4 seasons, they give up big leads, let the teams back in, they battle, it turns into a great game. But the fact is that they gave up a huge lead again. The first one, the Patriots, 3-4 years ago, like it was, and now the next one, or the most notable one, the Dallas Cowboys game. With that being said, it is time to fire Dan Quinn, guys. All you Atlanta Falcons fans, I'm sure you guys are with me on this. It is time to fire Dan Quinn. What has he done for you since he led you to the Super Bowl his first year, his second year there, first year there? 8-8, 7-9, 6-10, right? Absolutely. I mean, you are digressing. Matt Ryan's not getting any younger. Julio Jones isn't getting younger. Yes, you pick up Todd Gurley. Awesome. He's not getting any younger. Calvin Ridley's not getting any younger either. I mean, guys, it is time for you guys to cut ties with Dan Quinn. Let him go. Let him ride off into the sunset. Fire his ass. Why? Why do you ask? Look at the last play. Sorry, let's look at the onside kick. You see number, I believe it was 83 and number 87 of the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know their names. I just know their numbers. I'm trained to look at numbers, not names. You see these guys afraid to touch the ball before it gets to 10 yards. They're trying to box people out and maybe let the ball roll out of bounds. I don't know. But the fact is that you guys know that you can touch the ball before 10 yards, right? The receiving team can recover the ball before 10 yards. 87 or 83, I can't remember who it was right there. Let the ball roll over his foot. What are you doing? As a head coach, Dan Quinn, you got to be in the special teams coordinator's ear. Look, guys, this is the situation. You have to know what is going on here. You have to know what is going on. If you do not know what's going on, get off the field, and I'll get somebody in that is going to know how to do it. They have the hand teams out there. They called the timeout before this kick to tell people, hey, let's get the hand teams on. Now, granted, they did have a new special teams coordinator or coach, whatever you want to call them. I believe they're called coordinators. The simple fact of the matter is that he did not put that team in position. And who does that fall on? It doesn't fall on the special team coordinator. It falls on Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn hired him. Dan Quinn should have been in his ear hey, remember, recover the ball. You have Julio Jones 30 yards back. That kid has the best hands on the field, and you have him on the second or third line. He's on the front line, catching the ball, getting ready to, end the game for these boys, right? Good. I mean, guys, the Atlanta Falcons. Mike LeBlanc talks about dumpster fires all the time. The Chicago Bears dump dumpster fire, whatever, right? The Atlanta Falcons are a dumpster fire. They're like the Dallas Cowboys. They have all this talent in the world, but yet they cannot put it together. They cannot find a win. They cannot buy a win. They were up 20-0. You are up 20-0 and you lose to the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, I know the Dallas Cowboys are talking Super Bowl now because it's a great, great, great win. Dak Prescott's going to put the film on Jerry Jones' desk saying, look what I can do, right? Guys, we're up 20-0. 20-0. And you give it away. You literally pissed it away. I don't know what else to tell you. Dan Quinn, it's time for you to go, man. Like, honestly, by the time you got back to Atlanta, I would have had the pink slip on the desk right now. I would have Bill Cowher on the phone saying, Bill Cowher, come down to Atlanta. I know you're enjoying your retirement. I know you're enjoying your TV gig. Come down here and save us. I would have been on the phone with, Jason Garrett would have probably won that game. Yes, I know Mike LeBlanc hates Jason Garrett, right? Mr. Clapper, right? Jason Garrett wouldn't have pissed away that. How about Benamy, Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator? He would, guys, I would have been calling anybody and everybody to get Dan Quinn out of there. I would have called Florida State coach, Florida high school coach, school for the blind. It is time to get Dan Quinn out of there, guys. Atlanta Falcons definitely lost this game. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys won on the scoreboard. You can say what you want about that. I get the smartest comments. I'm the smartest guy myself. I get it. I understand. The simple fact of the matter is that the Dallas Cowboys, yes, they won the game, but the Atlanta Falcons definitely lost that game 100%. So that brings us up to the next topic. Who is the worst 2-0 team in the NFL right now? Let me pull up my standings here and just make sure I am correct here. So the 2-0 teams that we currently have right now, or the undefeated teams, I should say, we have the Buffalo Bills, we have the Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers, the Tennessee Titans, the Kansas City Chiefs, Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, Arizona Cardinals, LA Rams, and then, of course, you have the Saints and Raiders that are both undefeated as well, but they play tonight, so one of them will ultimately get their loss. Who is the worst 2-0 team right now? It pains me to say this. Actually, it doesn't pain me at all, because the Chicago Bears, they are all smoke and mirrors right now. Chicago Bears, easily the worst 2-0 team right now, 100%. You can, those two games that they won, you can replay those games, and they're going to lose those games 9 times out of 10. I mean, let's just face it. Mitchell Trubisky played a complete garbage versus the Detroit Lions until the last 5-6 minutes of the game when he scored three touchdowns in 3 minutes or whatever it was. The Detroit Lions definitely lost that game. The Bears did not win that game at all. If it wasn't for a last-second dropped touchdown by their rookie running back, we'll be talking a different tune right now. The Bears wouldn't be 2-0. Hell, the Bears could probably be 0-2. Then you look at their win yesterday. Yeah, they won again. They barely beat a horrible Giants team. 17-13 was the final score to that Giants game. Saquon Barkley didn't play. I don't think much past the first quarter. I had the red zone on the second TV there, and I saw some highlights and stuff like that. But I didn't see when Saquon went out. But I know he only had like six yards, so obviously he wasn't playing a whole lot. But the Bears should have murked the Giants 100%. I mean, when arguably the team goes down. Let's be honest, Saquon Barkley is the Giants' organization right now. When he went down, the Bears should have jumped on them 100%, but they didn't. They didn't have that killer. Yes, they are 2-0, but they are by far the worst 2-0 team in the NFL right now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They are the worst. Runner-up would probably be Tennessee Titans is next. Yes, the Tennessee Titans are a good team. They're a very, very, very good team. They have a great running game, and that's it, right? You can say what you want about Ryan Tannehill. He's a good quarterback. Is he great? No. Is he elite? Hell no. Is he complete garbage trash? No. He is the middle of the pack, ranked, 20 through 25 quarterback in the NFL. He's a good starting quarterback. But the Tennessee Titans are much, much overrated. They are not going to make a deep playoff run this season. Like again, the Bears won't make a deep. So the Bears is by far the worst 2-0 team right now, and then the Titans are good runner-up. Now you see those 0-2 teams, the teams that haven't won yet. Who is the best winless team so far? Let's go ahead and run through those teams real quick. You have the New York Jets, 0-2, Miami Dolphins, Cincinnati Bengals, Houston Texans, Denver Broncos. You got the Giants, Eagles, Vikings, and Lions. Oh my. You have the Falcons and Panthers. Now, the best 0-2 team right now, it's going to surprise you, like I think, because they did lose their quarterback. I believe Drew Lock is out for a few weeks. I think it was 3 to 4 weeks with the AC joint as well. Philip Lindsay is out for a couple weeks with a high ankle sprain. But guys, do not sleep on the Denver Broncos. Do not sleep on the Denver Broncos. Fred's an AFC East fan. Like, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs boy, so I get to watch a lot of the Broncos games. Like, I probably watch more Broncos games than I do Chiefs games, honestly, because they're on my TV all the freaking time, which sucks, but it is what it is, right? The Denver Broncos are a scary team. They hung with the Pittsburgh Steelers, losing their starting quarterback, losing their starting running back, without Von Miller, receiver. They are right there. You know, they are a bounce or two from being an 8-18 playoff bound team. Runner up on that. It's obviously my pick to win the AFC or the NFC North. The Detroit Lions. They lost week 1 on a bad fluke. Just the guy dropped the ball flat out. And then, yes, they got walloped by the Packers, but I picked them to lose to the Packers. So, I had them going 10-6 this season with the loss to the Bears. You know, they dropped to maybe 9-7. They're still a playoff-bound team, and they are a team that you do not want to see in the playoffs. Simple as that. You do not want to see the Detroit Lions in the playoffs whatsoever because they are a scary, scary team. You can say what you want about the 0-2 and getting walloped by the Packers. I knew that game was coming. The loss to the Bears, I didn't see that coming. I picked them beating the Bears. I picked the Bears to be pretty bad, and I think they're all smoke and mirrors being 2-0, like I said. But look out for the Detroit Lions. They are by far, I think, the best 0-2 team, with the runner-up being the Denver Broncos. Now, let's move to Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. As Triple Shot Sports jumps into the chat here, he says the Broncos are not that good, sir. Yes, they are. I believe this is Brandon Coombs talking underneath Triple Shot Sports. The Broncos are that good team right now in the NFL. Drew Lock is highly overlooked. I think he is a pretty good quarterback on the cusp of being great. He needs a couple big wins under his belt to be considered great. And then they have a young receiving core. They have a young backfield. The only thing that they're missing right now is Von Miller on that defensive side of the ball. It's simple as that. That's the only thing that they are missing. Now, to address your other comment, Lions are trash. Just admit it. You were wrong. The Lions are not trash. They lost to the Chicago Bears on a fluke drop pass, which I bet you if Swift would have gotten that ball thrown to him 100 more times, he would have caught 99 of them. There's no doubt in my mind. The Bears are all smoke and mirrors. They happen to come back. They happen to get hot right now, and it carried on through the first 2 quarters of the Giants game. With that being said, the Lions are still the best 0-2 team out there right now. And if I mean by after playing, so the Lions did blow a 17-point lead. You are 100% correct on that. But like I said, they got hot right at the right time. But Brandon, you know this from experience. You watch sports your whole life, like I'm sure. If one thing happens and the next thing happens, it is a snowball effect, and that's what happened to the Lions in that game. Mitchell Trubisky just happened to get going right at the right time. When the Bears and Lions play again in a few weeks, when do they play here? Let me pull up their schedule for you real quick. They play the first weekend of December in Chicago. I bet you the Lions go into Soldier Field and they whoop that ass. 32-7, that final score. I bet they're going to mop them up like little babies. Just because that's who the Bears are. The Bears are hot garbage right now. They're the most overrated 2-0 team out there. So, that being said, let's go ahead and move on to Monday Night Football here, guys. We got the Las Vegas Raiders take on the New Orleans Saints, and the Detroit Lions are not a 6-10 team. Flip that around, you'll get the correct answer, 10-6. But you have the 1-0 Vegas Raiders take on the 1-0 New Orleans Saints. Vegas has opened up their stadium tonight versus the Saints on Monday Night Football. And I was on Triple Shot Sports last night, and I said if there were fans in the stands, the Raiders would probably be overhyped for this game, and the first quarter would be kind of sloppy, kind of like a trash type of game. But I'm pretty sure they're not allowing any fans into that stadium whatsoever. So with that being said, the Saints got their hands full tonight. I've been saying this about the Raiders for the last couple years now. They're going to be really, really bad or really, really good. There is no mediocre point for the Raiders, and tonight will make or break their season. I think we spoke to Matt Hugh Benz last week, and he said that if the Raiders win this game, they're a top 5 team, and I agree with that. If they lose this game, they're a bottom 5 team, and I agree with that as well. I mean, they're either going to be really, really good or really, really, really bad. As a Chiefs fan, I hope they lose tonight. I don't want to see the Raiders get any momentum whatsoever. But with that being said, I am taking the Las Vegas Raiders tonight in the upset special of the week. Give me the Raiders. It's going to be a low scoring game. I'm talking about 17-10 type of score. Just when we saw the Chiefs play last night, how Patrick Mahomes was just a half second off on like everything, right? I think that's what's going to happen to Drew Brees tonight. It's just everything is going to be just a half second off tonight. I think that's what's going to happen, and that's what's going to happen because the Raiders are going to start the season 2-0, and then we're going to address this comments I made earlier about who is the worst 2-0 team, and it might be the Raiders, but they're not. The Raiders are going to be really, really good this season. They are the most overlooked team probably right now in the NFL besides the Lions. And with that being said, the Raiders win tonight, 17-10. Mark it down. That's all I got tonight, guys. Mike and Mike Man-Hour. Have a great day. We out.
Yeah. Get high rapper. Man-Hour. You already know. It's live. It's raw. It's going down. Like this. I'm going around and letting everybody know that they welcome to the show. It's the littest thing you ever seen, you already know. Let me introduce you to your host of the hour. It be Mike and Mike. Yeah, it's the Man-Hour. Got the hottest plays, all the breaking news. Every rumor, every trade, every breaking bruise. Tighten knuckle screws. Yeah, it's going down. Have you saying what the fuck and never watered down. It's going down. I'll be rolling up. And if you buy it or you sell it, then you made the cut. Watch me flip it back. I can double up. I got sriracha for that ass, I'ma burn it up. Gotta check